How would you like to run Instagram ads without even having a following? That's right, you don't need thousands of followers in order for you to turn a hefty profit from Instagram. In fact, you don't even need an Instagram account. In today's video, I share with you how to run an Instagram ad from beginning to end so you too can leverage the power of Instagram. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime, founder of Echo Real Estate Advisors. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Now, before we begin, let's look at why we're even focusing on Instagram. Instagram now has over 1 billion active users. That's with the B. 1 billion is a large number. And 77% of that audience is between the ages of 18 and 44. So it is a captive audience that you cannot ignore. Now, one huge benefit to Instagram is that the ads platform is the same as Facebook. So the transition between Facebook ads and Google ads is much easier and the learning curve is not as large. All right, let's dig in. Let's create an Instagram ad. If you run any Facebook ads in the past, this looks very similar because it is. This is actually the same platform that you use to run Facebook ads. Very similar to Google ads and YouTube ads being run on the same platform. This is what's happening here as Facebook owns Instagram. So there's one key distinction that we're going to make whenever we're at the ad set level in order to only run Instagram ads and push aside the Facebook ads. So let's dig in. If you're running a housing ad, well, most of you will be running housing ads. You will need to identify that it is a special ad category for you. So in the housing, you're going to be limited in certain interests. You're going to be limited in certain demographics, in the radius that you can advertise in, which we'll view here in a little bit. And this is something that's relatively new. This happened in the summer of 2019, where certain criteria have been done away with, specifically on the credit, employment, and housing type of ads. Everything else stays the same, except if you're running credit, employment, and housing type ads, then you are restricted in the types of filters that you can add. So the targeting is a little bit different. For our Instagram ad, we're going to run a traffic campaign. A traffic campaign is encouraging people to click on our ad and go to our website, go to our landing page, or go to wherever we're driving traffic to. So we're going to go with traffic Instagram. Now, before you freak out on me, remember you don't need an Instagram ad. You don't need an Instagram page in order for you to run an Instagram ad, which is super cool. The only thing that's going to show up is going to be your profile and your name whenever the ad is being run on the Instagram platform. But again, you don't need thousands of Instagram followers, nor do you even need an Instagram account in order for you to run Instagram ads. So we're going to go right through this. If you've watched any other videos, this is looking very familiar to you. We're just going to the spot where we need to make that switch in order for us to advertise on Instagram. So I'm not going to put too much stock into the naming convention right now. The website, which this is a traffic campaign where we're trying to drive traffic over to a specific URL that we select. We're not interested in apps or messenger, which would put us over into a messenger campaign. So we're not looking for that, nor are we looking for a WhatsApp campaign. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight people who live in the location that we are wanting to advertise in. In this example, we're going to advertise in, let's say, Arlington, Texas. Now you'll see that the radius is at minimum 15 miles from the epicenter, from wherever you highlighted. You can't get any more molecular than the 15 miles. That is one of the changes that occurred here as of late. So you can't go to the 1 mile radius like you were able to do in the past. Now let me go back up here. You can select a custom audience. You can select, really that's it. You can select a custom audience or a saved audience if it didn't have specific filters that were taken away. So if the audience that you previously had to save you time did not contradict any of the restrictions, you can still use the saved audience. Custom audiences are still doable, so you can certainly use your custom audiences as long as you attest that you're not discriminating against a protected class. Lookalike audiences are gone. So if you're running a credit, a housing, an employment ad, then lookalike audiences is no longer something that you can advertise to. Maybe in the future it'll come back, but I suspect that before that happens, you're actually going to lose the capability of driving traffic to, or driving ads to, a custom audience. That's just my speculation. That's my guess. Just know that the likelihood of the lookalike audience coming back is not all that likely. All right, so we're going to keep going. We're going to select the Arlington location for us to advertise. Age, it's locked in. You can't select anybody. So 18 and up is who's going to see your ads. Gender, you can't select male or female. Both will be receiving your ads. You can select the language preferences, so that still remains. So if you're targeting Spanish speakers, Chinese speakers, English speakers, whatever type of language you're targeting or fluent in, that you can still target that way. And then as far as detailed targeting, if you're looking at income, if you're looking at really anything that has to do with the personal life of somebody, if there were new parents, if they have kids, or the case may, something like that has to do with finances or demographics or certain type of interest, those will be gone. Now, for our purposes today, we do want to limit our reach a little bit more. As you can see, we have 1.8 million. And what we're going to target is the first-time home buyer. You can still target the people that are interested in Zillow, that are interested in home improvement, that are interested in Realtor.com and things of the like. And as you can see here, you can target people that have an interest in becoming a first-time buyer. Now, this at least gives us a little bit more intel into the person, but again, it's more of an interest. In the past, a demographic was, you were able to highlight based off of who they were, or more guidance on what they were going to do. So more predictive filters, but now you're limited in that sense. So all of the things that we're seeing today are interests, not necessarily demographic based. You can select house hunting, and really there's a few others that they did kind of get relaxed on. They did give us the abilities to filter down a little bit more. Just know that we are still pretty limited from where we were a month ago, from where we were 2 years ago, especially with the likely to move, the renters, the homeowner demographics that were available to us. So for our purposes today, we're going to select a first-time home buyer, because I believe that's the ad that I queued up for us. Yep. So the ad that I'm ready to share with you, it has to do with more with first-time home buyers. So we're gonna leave that for now. As far as our reach, 89,000 is not all that bad. Now, in order to make this Instagram ad work, we need to select Instagram. If we leave automatic placements, you're fine, you're done. but just understand that it's going to show in other pages. It's going to show up in Facebook, and it's going to show in their partners or in their network as well. We don't want to do that. The reason I suggest that we don't do that is because dependent on the ad that you're running on Instagram, the dimensions might be off, the video will be off. I shouldn't say might or will, like it will be off, because Facebook has different dimensions than your Instagram, especially when it comes to video. So we're going to deselect this. And on Instagram, you have two places that you can advertise. One is going to be your stories, and the other one is going to be the feed. In Facebook, you have more options. You have the marketplace, you have the messenger, you have articles, you have videos, you have stories as well, you have the news feed, and more places to advertise in that regard. But for Instagram, you have two places. One is the stories, and the other one is the feed. And you're gonna see that they're gonna vary. Right here, this looks a little bit more vertical, and it will be, well, there it says right there. The square images is 1:1, and the vertical is 4:5 on videos. And that may not make much sense to you right now. When you go over to create the ad, which we'll go here in a few seconds, you're gonna see that manifest itself. So that's why I suggest that if you're running Instagram ads, just run Instagram ads, because dimensions will be distorted and the ad won't present the same way in both platforms. Okay, so let's keep going. And then you're gonna get the patented, hey, by removing these, you're limiting your options. So removing audience network as a placement may increase the cost per conversion. Select audience network to show less ads to your target audience off of Facebook. Just know that that will always populate. So they want you to spread out your spend across the entire platform. But again, I suggest that you be more targeted and actually run ads that are specific to Instagram ads, as opposed to just showing different aspects, different dimensions, and different specifications throughout the network. It just, in my experience, it's worked so much better. All right, so we're gonna optimize, and we're gonna optimize for landing page views. So I want to be charged and optimized for when my landing page actually triggers. I want it to when it actually shows, not just when somebody clicks a link. I'm not after impressions. I'm looking for action, and I'm better served by having somebody that actually views my landing page, or at least it fires off to where it loads, versus just a click that goes through my ad. All right. And then I suggest that you leave this blank for now, but once you start getting your information in, you can certainly adjust your costs per landing view. But for now, I suggest that you leave it alone. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. As far as daily budget, it's totally subjective. It's up to you. I used to say $1 for 10,000 people, but at this point, I'm more interested in delivering my ad to as many people as possible and really making good use of my time. So if I was going to do the $1 per 10,000 people, we'd be looking at roughly at $8 per day. But at this point, I'm more interested in saving time and more interested in finding the answer quicker. So I could put $8 a day as my daily budget and then wait to see what type of results I get. But I would much rather get the results quicker. And then I can moderate. Then I can figure out what type of ads are working, which ones aren't. So right now I'm in exploratory mode. So I'm going to leave it at $20 because I'll get to the answer quicker. And then the rest is pretty much standard, so don't worry about that. Well, I won't worry about the name. Now, this is the part where if you have an Instagram account, you can certainly link it. Just know that it's not a requirement. And what's going to show up in your Instagram or the Instagram platform will be your profile picture and the name. So essentially what you see here is what'll show up in the Instagram account as an advertiser. And whenever people click or swipe up, that is what they're going to what they're going to see is your landing page or wherever you're driving traffic to. So this, again, you can certainly connect your Instagram here, but you don't have to. You don't even need to have an account. All right, and then this is the important part of selecting. Well, you can select a carousel, a single image, video, different formats of how you want to present your ad. But the important part is the dimensions. This is why I'm doing everything specifically to Instagram. I can select a free stock image or upload my own. For our ad, I did not prepare an image nor a video, so I'm going to show you, if you don't have a video, which I suggest you create one, you can actually create one right on the platform without taking a camera out and actually shooting the video. So you would just go to video and it'll give you the specifications. So if you're spending a ton of money in getting a promo ad or an actual commercial out, pay close attention to your limitations. You can see here the limit is 2 minutes and the file size is 4 gigabytes. So before you go off and spend hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in creating a video, a actual video so you can run on Instagram, just make sure that you have the specifications and give those to whomever is editing, because the last thing you want is to spend a lot of money and not be able to upload it here and actually drive traffic to. Now, if you don't have the budget or don't want to do that, you can certainly create your own through images, and you can select the templates. This is more of a story type of a template. You can see here 2 to 5 images, which would come out to 6 seconds, and you can click here. You can get a little preview of what it would look like. So this is dynamic. Looks like a video for the end user. So I recommend, if you don't have the budget or don't want to go down the route of actually creating a video, this is a great opportunity for you. And just play around with the templates because it's very easy to do. All right, with that being said, I'm actually going to go back over here and select a stock image so we can keep going. Let's see if it even has. Just gonna select the house. All right, what ad are we running today? We are gonna run a list of homes ad. All right, so you're gonna select your your image, and then we are gonna go down here and create the actual text. With Instagram, you'll see that you don't have much real estate to work with. Very much the same thing with Instagram stories. You click here, this is your feed, this is what your ad is going to look like, and you click up here, this is what the story is going to look like. As you can see, the image that I selected is not all that good, to be honest with you, because it's more of a square. So with stories, you'd rather have them more vertical, including your images here, but just be cognizant of the differences. And you may want to split the two up anyway. You may want to advertise specifically to stories, select a video for that, and then select a image or a video for the feed, because as you can see, they present differently. This one shows a lot more text. It doesn't show as much image. Here, you see more image or the same image, but in a better format, but you don't see as much text. So just be cognizant of that. The ad that we're running here is the list of homes under. So a offer of list of homes below the median sales price, or the list of homes of under a certain price point that you want to work with. And then you can select your or put your link in here, but you would also put the URL in here by default. And this is just my website because I don't have the link ready to go. But a little hack is I like to include the link here, so it just helps. I've noticed. But since this is an Instagram ad, I can actually get away with not using that. So if it was a Facebook ad, it would work a lot better, as with Instagram, a lot of the links are dead anyway. So that'd be something for you to consider. And this is a suggestion for an ad that's worked quite well. It's a little bit different than what you may be used to of the free list of homes. Some people call it free report. Some people just call it a free report is the most common other way of articulating this. But this is a great ad for you to run as well. Depending on the market, you will want to adjust the price right here. All right, and then the rest of it is very standard. Again, I suggest that you keep your Facebook pixel up and running. If this is the first time that you're hearing about a Facebook pixel, please watch another video in this channel that actually shows you how to create it and how to install it. Because now more than ever, with this special ad category, as you can see over here, it's very important, because a lot of the filters that you were used to, that you could target the end client to, or a little bit closer to the end client that you want to have your ad shown to, it's not possible now. So the special ad category now more than ever incentivizes you to use retargeting ads, and you cannot use a retargeting ad without having your Facebook pixel up and running. Quick question, what results have you had with Instagram ads? Have they been good to you? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you found value in this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.